For Valentine's Day, my husband surprised me with an Omakase experience, and I was so excited. I've had amazing sushi in Japan, especially in Okura, Hokkaido, and Sapporo, where everything was incredibly fresh and flavorful. I was curious to see if this would bring me back to those unforgettable flavors, and let me tell you, it did not disappoint. We started with Yellowtail, one of my favorites. It had that smooth, buttery texture and a natural sweetness that lingered on the palate. It reminded me of the sushi that I had in Sapporo. So fresh and melt in your mouth delicious. A great way to begin a meal. Next was the snow crab. I remember eating snow crab in Hokkaido, and it was unbelievably sweet and tender. This one had the same delicate taste, with a light ocean fresh flavor that was just so satisfying. And then we had striped jack. This fish is slightly firmer in texture, but still incredibly fresh. It had a clean, briny taste with a bit of a bite, which I really enjoy. It's one of those sushi pieces that let you appreciate the simple beauty of fresh seafood. Of course, we had miso soup, a must-have in any omakase. It was warm, comforting, and packed with umami. I always love how miso soup resets the palate, making you ready for that next bite. Now, these Hokkaido scallops were something else. Soft, creamy, and naturally sweet, just like the ones I had in Hokkaido before. There's something about Hokkaido seafood that's just unbeatable, and these scallops had that same fresh ocean-like sweetness that I fell in love with. Up next is the bluefin lean tuna. This had a clean, deep flavor, lighter than the fatty tuna, but still rich and smooth. I love how it has just the right amount of chew before it melts in your mouth. This one was a unique pairing, squid with Hokkaido uni. The squid had a nice chewy bite, while the uni was unbelievably creamy, briny, and rich. I had something similar while I visited Okura, and I remember how the texture contrast made every bite interesting. This one brought me right back to that experience. Then came skipperjack tuna. This one had a slightly bolder, richer flavor compared to the other tunas we tried. It had a firmer bite, but still tasted smooth and fresh. A simple piece, but packed with flavor. Now, this was the highlight, the fatty tuna hand roll. The combination of rich, buttery tuna with perfectly seasoned rice and crispy seaweed was just chef's kiss. It reminded me of the hand rolls I had in Japan. Simple but unforgettable. And finally, we ended with tamago sushi. I love tamago when it's done right, soft, fluffy, and with that slightly caramelized sweetness. It almost feels like a dessert, and it was the perfect way to wrap up the meal.